Hey everyone, welcome to Multiverse. I'm Rosel and I'm your Multiverse pal. For today's topic, we will discuss about the derivative and the three-step rule on how to calculate the derivative of a function. So let's start. Let's now define what is the derivative. So if we have a function y is equals to f of x, its derivative at x is the function f defined by f prime x, which is equals to the limit of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h as h approaches to 0. So in calculating the derivative of a function, we will follow the three-step rule. So the first one is write the difference quotient. We will use the formula f of x plus h minus f of x over h. If you are not familiar with the difference quotient, you might want to check out my video tutorial about the difference quotient. And for our second step, which is simplify the difference quotient. So after writing the difference quotient, we now simplify. And for the last step, find the limit as h approaches to 0. Let's now move to our examples. Alright, for our first example, for f of x is equals to x squared, let's find f prime x, then find f prime negative 3 and f prime 4. To calculate the derivative of f of x is equals to x squared, let's follow our three-step rule. So number 1, step 1, we write the difference quotient. So the difference quotient of this, if we have our formula f of x plus h minus f of x all over h is x plus h squared plus h squared. Since f of x is equals to x squared, so the value of x here is x plus h, and now we have x squared here, so this will be x plus h squared. So we subtract x squared over our h. We have now our difference quotient. And for our step 2, we simplify the difference quotient. So simplifying this, we get x plus h square minus x square over h is equals to we will expand this one, x plus h square minus x square. So by expanding, we will get x square plus twice x multiplied by h plus h square minus x square over h. We now, after getting this, we now combine the like terms. So as we can see, we have positive x squared here and the negative x squared, so it will become 2 x multiplied by h plus h square over h. And factoring the h out, we will get h multiplied by 2x plus h over h. Then divide by h. So we will get 2x plus h, where our h is not equal to 0. Alright, so for our step 3, we will now find the limit as h approaches to 0. So f prime x is equals to the limit of f of x plus h minus f of x over h as h approaches to 0, where the value of our difference quotient is 2x plus h. We now substitute the value. Now we get the limit of 2x plus h as h approaches to 0. So by substituting the value of h, we will get we will get 2x plus 0. Now we have the value of f prime x as 2x. But the solution doesn't end in here. We also need to find the f prime negative 3 and f prime 4, since it was included in our problem. We now get the f prime. So the value of our f prime x is f prime x is 2x. Now we will have to get the value of f prime negative 3 and f prime 4. So f prime negative 3 is equals to 2x, 2 multiplied by negative 3. So we will get negative 6 as the value of f prime negative 3. And for our f prime 4, we have 2 multiplied by 4 is equals to 8. This tells us that at x is equals to negative 3, the curve has a tangent line whose slope is f prime negative 3 is equals to negative 6. And at x is equals to 4, the tangent line has slope f prime 4 is equals to 8. For our next example, we have given f of x is equals to square root of x, find f prime x. So we will use the 3-step rule to find f prime x. So our step 1, of course, we will write the difference quotient. So the difference quotient of this function is f of x plus h minus f of x over h is equals to the function square root of x plus h. Since our function is equals to square root of x, we have here our square root of x plus h. Now we subtract square root of x over our h. Then we simplify our difference quotient to simplify. So our difference quotient is square root of x plus h minus square root of x over h, which is now equals to negative square root of x plus square root of x plus h over h. So as you can see, this is now the simplified form of the difference quotient. Or also we can have this one. We just arrange it. For our step 3, the step 3, find the limit as h approaches to 0. So our f of f prime x is now equals to the limit of negative square root of x plus square root of x plus h over h as h approaches to 0. Now we have one half limit as h approaches to 0 over limit square root of the limit of x as h approaches to 0 plus the limit of h as h approaches to 0. So now we are now ready to substitute the value of h to our equation. So we have 1/2 multiplied by, so here it's automatic that the value here is 1. So 1 over x plus 0. We have now 1 over 2 square root of x, or just simply square root of x over 2x. So that's now the derivative of f of x is equals to square root of x. And that's how we calculate the derivative of a function using the 3-step rule. I hope you learned something for today. See you on our next vlog. Bye!